Zero to mass production. What does it take? 4 years, zero experience, 100,000 phones charged. Pain, pivots, win. Prototype fast, launch faster. Let reality lead. I started with the idea of installing wireless chargers in the tables, ordered wireless charger on Alibaba, talked with restaurant. They were crazy enough to try, drilled the hole in the table. I never used the meal machine before, but I learned how to do it. I installed the wireless charger. It required power supply and wire for pilot. They would never do this, so I came up with the idea of putting the battery. We installed it, not the most complete prototype, you can say, but we launched it. That was the best thing I could have done. What I learned from this launch: who will allow us to drill holes, especially in expensive tables? Number 2, not every phone has a wireless charge. Number 3, who will let us to bring this power to each table? It's electrical nightmare. Number 4, and most important, wireless charger is not portable. Users can't move while they use it. Neither can they move their phones. It's a deal killer in a way. This prototype was so undercooked that the manager of the location told the owner that we look like amateurs, our solution is unprofessional. It wasn't fun to hear, but who cares? I saved myself a year at least of my time. The first prototype taught us portability was everything. Shenzhen, China, here I come. I teamed up with my first partner Steve, who owned a power bank factory and provided the resources to build. Before Steve, Andre and Edward, founders of software team Polycat, backed my vision. With that foundation, I met Oivin Slato, world-class industrial designer. In few weeks, he sent me this design.
This is more than just another power bank. Of course, it's simple, easy to use, intuitive and elegant, but it's also designed as an interior product. You can hang it on the wall when charging and will make any space look beautiful.
One of the things that Oivin taught me, even from paper, make the prototype, thinking about it and then making it real. Atoms are different. It's like laws of physics in work. This is a perfect example of how you prototype. How to decide size of something. Make different dimension prototypes, touch yourself, hand to others, get feedback. That's how you decide, not from looking at Autodesk 3D model. Steve had a booth at CES, the world's biggest consumer electronics show in Las Vegas, and offered me a spot. So instead of rushing to build a functional device, we took our non-functional handmade dummy to the show. Oivin made this prototype, CNC cut aluminum and 3D printed rubber. It was successful. People were blown away by just concept of it. People wanted to buy it, but we are like, it's a dummy prototype. It doesn't work. It's just a concept. It proved to each of us that this is worth to invest, to continue. With the concept validated, it was time to build the real thing, the functional prototype. I had no experience in any of this. I was building hardware first time. I spent 8 months like a monk in factory to make this thing. This is the first working Supernova. This is Electron. All CNC cut parts. This leap from that to that was incredibly hard. To make it work, we had to engineer everything from scratch. I packed in every feature I could think of. That was desperation. I just wanted to make the best possible product to increase my chances. We made mobile app. Sign up, you connect it via Bluetooth, it activates the charger. A bit over-engineered, but that's what we did. A one-of-a-kind built-in cable, a magnetic connector for both power and data. How to hang it. It's a mount, you put it on the wall and you just hang it. How we made the cork, it's basically a sticker. These are 3 Supernovas connected. Cables so you can connect from any side. Absolute nightmare. The magic light motion sensor that lit up the most charged unit. And a way to evenly distribute the light across the unique shape. Every single piece was a bottle. That was actually a big mistake because it had way too much innovations. It's been rough. Wish I simplified it. Each component represents some pain, very satisfying type of pain. It was literally done a few days before my flight to LA to this show. I was that close to not make it. Week before, all our PCBs had issues, didn't work, and that was where the magic of Shenzhen comes, where all the suppliers are in 1 hour max drive from you. Spent night on that PCB factory. We redesigned it and we made all the PCBs. We disassembled and assembled. I had 3 of these, 3 stations. Last week I didn't sleep a few nights, but it was done. It's a miracle that it was done. We presented it on Los Angeles Convention for Hospitality. I got people that wanted to buy it right there. The question that I've been asked, like, who will manage these chargers? Restaurants, hotels. They don't want their already overwhelmed, underpaid staff to be bothered to control the phone chargers. All these chargers will go missing. You'll have to build in this situation some sort of locking mechanism. It has to be fully automated, kind of like a vending machine. Another thing, no one will want to download the app. It's a pain. Imagine you have 3%, you see this solution and it says you need to download the app. Your phone will die while you will be downloading the app. It was painful realization. Oh my God, mobile app is a no-go. The project was so complex and took so much longer than expected that by the time it was done, the whole team was burned out. I didn't manage to raise money and I went back to Shenzhen and Steve stopped funding, and I totally understand. He invested a lot. Everyone except Oyvind had to move on. I had this working prototype and $500 in my pocket. But I didn't give up. Traveled again to CES, where I met my partner Mark. He was doing something similar. His expertise was business development. My expertise was I made this. And so we're like, okay, let's link up.
Hello everyone, my name is Mark Sutton. I'm the co-founder. We're super excited here at Juice as we're going to be launching our large-scale beta test in Los Angeles. You better get ready, because you're going to be blown away.
I went back to Shenzhen for round 2, my second year in Shenzhen. The goal was to make Supernova with lock mechanism, remove mobile app and make it web app. Found new factories. I got the new team. Andre joined us. We designed all software. And I met Alex, electrical engineering wizard. I met Jackie, who helped me with all manufacturing. Insane experience. With this new team, we embarked to this new adventure. These are electrons. You see the smile? It never gets old for me. The Supernova. Something really exciting inside. And here it is. Can you see the difference in thickness? The difference is very apparent because it has a lock mechanism inside. Electron is locked. You check out charger with the web app and it ejects it for you. It has Wi-Fi inside, it connects to the server. We built like entire backend that control this machine, all PCB, all the electronics from scratch. We made from scratch firmware for Electron, for Supernova, for Wi-Fi, the admin panel that controls all the machines remotely, web app from scratch. We were brainstorming how to lock electrons. Electrical magnet, too much power was required. What if it just ejects like this? I remember when I told it to the mechanical engineer, he was like, how can we do this? It was overwhelming. We managed to do this. It took us 4 months and tons of prototypes. This had all type of gear. This was the most challenging bit of engineering because you need to make it stable, it works reliably, it's mass producible, quality controllable. If anything goes wrong with the product, it will go wrong where it's part that is mostly used and a part that is in motion mostly. With the charger, it's a cable and the battery. Battery has cycles. Ejection part. If one nest breaks, other nests should keep working. You just unplugged it in. So I made it modular. It's also good for mass production, for testing. The nest is almost like a separate product. I'm good at finding dumb ways of doing complicated things. Because it's so big, we couldn't make it as a prototype way too expensive. That's why we made the injection molds. The cost of each part was 100 times almost lower. I designed it with the factory that makes injection molds. We took this risk, we made these tools. They cost tens of thousands of dollars. This has the most expensive mold because it's giant. As you can see, this is second expensive because sizes of it. Another thing that changed the way it powered, this is mount, it's on the wall. You hang it like this. You can plug and connect, daisy chain more. I'm just sharing this so you can get the sense how every great idea ends up in like some sort of pain. What changed was Electron, no Bluetooth inside. Cables were extremely interesting to make. I changed 3 suppliers, finally found the right one. And on top of the engineering, there was a sheer logistics coordinating over the 30 different suppliers for all the custom components on our bill of materials. It was a nightmare. It was very hard week. It's Saturday, 6 p.m. It's 11 November. And this is my table. Sometimes I think I hate it, but no, I love it. I feel good about schedule. I think we will finally finish it somehow.
It's okay.
Very good. Because I was doing assembling and I was on the factory and I was working with factory, I saw the challenges they're facing. I was prototyping also the assembly process as well. I was trying to make it as smooth for them as well as possible because they have easy life. It will be cheaper and better quality. We made 10 of this. I remember when I received them, Mark saw it, was blown away. When Oyvind saw it in person, he said, it's a Mercedes-Benz of phone chargers, but not without issues. And in full circle moment, I showed the final product to my brother, the one who actually pushed me to start with wireless chargers. We launched in Pasadena, iconic Roman's bookstore. We found an issue with PCB. I have a box full of bad PCBs and I had to disassemble each of them and assemble again by myself. We made 30 stations, 7 per 30, it's 210. That was fun experience. I have to say it's cool. It's almost like a meditation. And when you do it, you learn a lot. I was prototyping assembling process as well. As more complicated is your assembling process, is more likely there will be quality control issues. Mark suggested let's go to education campuses. We got into Cal State Long Beach and we installed there and learned a lot. See how easy it is to take. It's not locked if it's so simple to take out. Tolerance. You have it perfect on 3D design, and I never manufactured anything before. I had no idea that you have to add tolerance. We need to make it thicker, 3-5 millimeters, so it goes deeper. We had to change the tool. This was a scary challenge because we already paid for this tool tens of thousands. But luckily it was possible to make this change. Few millimeters thicker. I can't take it. You see, electrons are deep. Here you can take them out with your finger. Here you can't. This problem was solved. We did not anticipate how hard it will be to get Wi-Fi to connect the station. For example, Cal State Long Beach, they never provide us internet. We used hotspots because of security reasons, IT department. It was absolute nightmare. We've been there 8 months, we didn't get Wi-Fi. We used hotspots. 2 months or months before mass production, I proposed to ditch the Wi-Fi and go to cellular. We collectively agreed that this is the way and redesigned our motherboard. We redesigned everything. Now, imagine we are about to produce 1,000 of this and we're changing design of motherboard. Very risky. Not only risky, we already certified this bad boy. It has FCC certification, and so if we changed, we needed to make the FCC certification again. Because our product is B2B, it should be plug and play. You just plug and it connects to internet. So we moved to cellular, you just plug it in and it works. It just connects by itself. With Electron, we increased capacity, we prioritized speed, and we wanted you to get the charger and get quick boost. If you want new one, just return and take another one. For Supernova, we also added ID. Now we have this, if something happens, we know exactly what is the machine ID. I don't know what to change here now. You just plug it in and it works. We crushed it. Here they are. All 4 versions of Supernova, around 4 years between this and this. Tell me how many iterations you have, I'll tell you will it be successful or not. There is no V1, it's like V125 most likely will be V1. This one we made 1,000. It was already more mass production challenges. The challenge here was how to test for 1,000. Making 30 is one thing, making 1,000 is another. It's like 7,000 nests, 7,000 electrons, because everything is 7. We built testing tools, testing processes, testing software, how to test, what to test. Does it not only charging, it's we have a lot of cellular tests, CPU tests, ejection tests, how nests work. God, there's a lot of to test. You made it. You produced your product, and now time to pack it and ship it. The pilot, despite its flaws, was a huge success. The usage at Cal State Long Beach took off like a rocket, and they signed for 4 locations campus-wide.
Electron to go would be super useful because my phone is dying all the time and I forget my charger every day.
It's got a really neat suction cup design. I like the system. Never seen anything like it.
I think this would be great because I'm tired of carrying around a power bank this big. Charging my phone using Electron around 100%, so it works great.
I think these would be extremely useful at the college.
I think it's a great product. We should put that in every university. Go.
We went from show to show and the momentum was insane. We ended up with a contract from 20 different universities, all while we were still gearing up for mass production. See all these badges? These are badges from the shows that I visited to promote Supernova. If there is any visual demonstration of effort that I put into this project, this. We learned that installation on the wall is a barrier similar to Wi-Fi. Not everyone wants to drill holes on the wall. In general, try to avoid drilling. You don't only need to design the product, you need to design the experience. The installation is part of the experience. It should be plug and play. If we are involved, it's not scalable. After a year in locations, we learned that we don't need 3 stations in most of the location. We need 1. One has 7 charger and it's enough. We were so focused on this expandability feature, it was so cool to have 3 of them on the wall, that we kind of forgot about ROI, or return of investment, because you have 3 machines, you need to 3-time ROI. If we produce 1,000 instead of having, let's say, 333 location, we can have 1,000 location. It was kind of painful getting away from your original idea and from so much work to achieve the expandability. But I mean, you learn on the go and you take your medicine and you move on, or you die. We decided not to die. That's why we've had to come up with counter or freestanding on the floor. I made a wooden prototype, too expensive. So we moved on to injection molded. It was complex and expensive. I started looking for ready solution iPad stands, and they already figured out the balance, they already figured out everything. Whenever in doubt, buy the ready solution. If someone invented the wheel, use the wheel, don't reinvent the wheel. And here we have the counter stand. You have to have some menu instruction. This plaque, you come and scan QR code, you read this, it's a phone charger. Instruction is very important. No one understands what is this hexagon thing. They think, what is that? It's cool, but what is that? Some places don't have counter space, they have like floor space. That's it. That's the final version of stand. This is our main product, the Bloom. Bloom because it looks like flower. First prototype I made out of iPad stand. A wobble test. Then this is the one that we produced ourselves, and we can produce thousands of these stands. We patented this design, and it was product of necessity. Over everything I learned, everything I heard from all of the shows, from all of the customers, and we needed to streamline the customer experience, including the location, and that is the final version, the final, you can say, perfect location experience. And this is our #1 item that we are installing right now. Most of locations start with this. You don't wait for perfect product, you iterate towards your perfect product. It's not a rosy way, it's tough, it's rough. You will waste a lot of time on things that will not work. It's painful to give up some ideas, but you have to. In the end, you end up with something as perfect as this. I hope the story of iteration from wireless charge to Bloom will show you how important it is to stay flexible and iterate. Don't overanalyze, overcomplicate, just launch it. Trust the universe and trust the reality to teach you what they actually need and how they need it. Your goal is to perfect the experience. Iterate your way to your Bloom. If you refuse to give up long enough, you will eventually be right. So many things were going wrong all the time, and I just refused to give up and refused to even think about it. I just saw the goal like a Terminator, and I was just going like, you know, like arrows were flying, cannons, bullets, but I was just going through everything, and eventually I was right. That's an insight inside how you get from idea to something that is used by thousands of people. Hope you learned something, and if you liked it, like the video, subscribe to my channel. I'll be sharing more stuff like this. Comment, I'll be happy to give you a feedback, and keep dreaming, keep building. See you in my next video. Bye.
China has identified the cause of the mysterious new virus. The first U.S. case has been detected